Hi, y'all. It's Billy Ball with The Living South. The news of a religious leader dying in Italy doesn't exactly scream the South, but here's why Pope Francis's death is a big deal here. First, the obvious. About a third of American Catholics live in the South, especially in Texas, Louisiana, and Florida. In other words, this region has the largest percentage of America's Catholics, and that number's risen because of the big increase in Latinos moving in. No, Latinos are not a monolith. There are plenty of non-Catholic Latino people, more so every day. But Catholicism is still the single largest religious affiliation among Latinos. Speaking of our Latino neighbors in the South, Pope Francis, whose family was from Argentina, was the very first pope to come from Latin America. And during his time as pope, he made changes to shift the church's leadership away from the Europeans who dominated the church since forever. Whatever you think about the Catholic faith and whatever you think about the Pope, and I know there's a wide range of opinions out there, that's a big deal. Plus, Francis portrayed himself as a Pope of the people, ditching the fancy papal apartments in the Vatican and approaching his job as more of a humble guy. That's a big difference between the regal, imperious popes of the past who thought like kings and acted like the right hand of God Almighty on earth. In 2015, during one of his visits to the United States, Francis spoke to Congress and made a point of talking about Martin Luther King Jr.'s civil rights work in places like Selma, Alabama. The point is, Pope Francis was, of course, not a Southerner, but his death is a big deal here. For more news about the people and the places in the South, make sure to follow my work at thelivingsouth.com and sign up for free to get my conversations with some of the most interesting change makers in the South delivered to your inbox.